Good morning, good afternoon if you're in Europe. Really sorry about the delay. We've had a few technical glitches. We are now online, so good morning, guten Tag, good afternoon if you're in Belgium. We're very happy to be with you. I'm Greg, the HR director, so I will just be kind of your master of ceremony within the HQ basement with our talented crowd and cheering crowd from the head office. So we are very happy to have again the chance to catch up with you. That's something we want to do at least quarterly, just to give you kind of a heads up what happened. We basically took a look at what we did in 2017. We are actually very proud of the achievement we had, including at the end of last year, 133 stores open, a few new store openings on their way, consolidation of existing doors. Very happy also about the appeal of the company on the market. We just raised 50 million in financing like a few weeks ago. So it's all going fast and strong, and we're very happy about that piece. Meanwhile, we are also able to see that we need to work on a few things. We have a few areas of progress. So such as, for instance, a brand that needs to be streamlined and more defined. We need to streamline processes. We know we have too many IT platforms, processes that we need to work through, but we are actually working on it. And the good news is that we know where we stand today. So we know where we want to go, and we just need to map out the road to be able to get there. So without further ado, to explain to you a bit about what it's going to look like, what we believe in, what we see the next year and years will look like, just please welcome our CEO, Mr. Fred Manella.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Greg. What I'd like to do this morning is go back to your point about the brand. I'd love to talk to you about the brand and what we stand for and who we are. We want to become the reference in approachable vintage luxury. And let me just take 2 minutes to tell you what those words mean, because I think they are quite heavy words, and how these words then become reflected into everything that we do every day, whether we're working at the store, whether we're here at the head office or in our warehouse. I think it's very important for us to define those words so that we feel and we understand what it means. You know, approachable for me means a couple different things. When we think of the luxury world today, a lot of these brands are not necessarily approachable. When we go into a Louis Vuitton store, into a Gucci store, we feel that sometimes it could be a little bit intimidating. We feel that, you know, it's not the greatest experience, it's a bit stuffy. We want to be the opposite of that. For me, approachable means that, you know, we're fun, we're bold. It's really important to have those values in everything that we do. And approachable also means that we are in your community. Unlike the brands themselves that often focus on sort of very specific geographic big city centers, they don't have the kind of diversity of stores that we have today. And you know, Greg mentioned 133 stores. I mean, I'm so incredibly proud that we were able to do that. And I think 133 stores means a couple things. It means that we are in diverse geographic areas of the country, whichever country you're in. And I think that very important. You know, we are in your community. We're part of your lives. And to me, that is approachable. We're next to you, we're with you, and we want to sort of focus more on that lifestyle. Vintage, everybody knows. I think vintage is incredibly important. We have to stick to the values that vintage is what we do, is who we are as a brand and part of our DNA. Luxury, to me, means service. I don't think it's possible to be a luxury company today without service. And I don't think it's possible to do that if you're an online-only business. I think that luxury to me is omni-channel. It has to be that way. And I think that to that point, I want to talk a little bit about, you know, what we believe in. And what we believe in and what we've always believed in is in the power of innovation. And the fact that we are omni-channel today is innovative in its own way. We were really one of the first vintage luxury brands to be omni-channel, to have retail stores and to have the online presence as well. And I think that's really innovative. And sometimes we kind of forget about it because this is what we do every day. But I think it's important to mention it. You know, there are very few competitors out there today that are doing vintage in the way that we're doing it in an omni-channel way. And furthermore, I think what's really key is what we're doing in the future about innovation, what we're doing to be innovative. And what we're doing today, I think and we have many things that are innovative, but one of the most important things is the buying program. It's so innovative. I mean, like our competitors, nobody's figured out how to do this. Everybody's doing it online, they're buying online. But the reality today is that we're buying in more than 50 of our stores. Now that's a big number, and that's going to continue growing. And we have great strategic plans to invest more into the buying program to access more people in a broader way so that we can buy from the consumer. So that ultimately in time, we rely a little bit less on Japan, and that our supply becomes, call it 50% from the consumer, 50% from Japan. And that in itself is incredibly innovative. The way that we're going to do it is also innovative. We're going to be using technology. We're going to be investing in technology, and we're going to give everybody at the store level and people here that are working and buying all the tools that you need to be successful in that type of innovation. So let's continue being innovative. I mean, it's like small little decisions that we take every day that are innovative to the big decisions. I think that's what really makes LXR what it is today. So, very proud to say this is what we believe in. I think that we believe in breaking the glass of luxury, in the sense that today we have partnerships with 11 different partners. If we were sitting here a year ago, you guys, most of you would remember, there's a lot of new faces, but most of you would remember that we only had 4 partners. Now with 11 different partners, we went across the spectrum of retail, from higher end, mid-tier department stores to discount stores to specialty stores. I mean, a broad range of different partnerships. And to me, it's really important to mention that that is breaking the ceiling of luxury. For me, luxury means, again, approachable. To be approachable, you need to be where people are. You need to be where people shop. And that needs to be across the spectrum into many different levels of partners. And so that's really what we believe in. And we're going to continue focusing on that as we go forward in the future. The last point, which I think is a very, very important point, and we've been talking about this since we've launched the new brand a year ago and really has been focusing on the storytelling and what it is. I think that the key focus is to instill pride in vintage luxury. And, to this end, we're going to be working on a important modular training program to really help everybody at the store level and help everybody that's working with the brand in giving you the tools that you need to, talk about these stories, to be trained and have all the tools essentially that you need to be successful in instilling this pride in modern vintage. And then the last point, I'm just going to read it because I think it's a very important sentence, and I really, really believe it, and I just want to have it 100% right. The reality is that we're celebrating uniqueness. Perfect imperfections and individually different character is also what we aim to recognize through this inclusive culture. So celebrating the imperfections. At the end of the day, I think that the brand values is that we not that we don't necessarily believe that everything has to be perfect, but at the end of the day, we're selling products that are not perfect. We're selling products that have every unique differences, and all these points are beautiful. And I think that the celebration of these beautiful points about the fact that the items themselves, what we sell, is unique, makes us unique as well. And so whatever we do, whenever we think about our daily tasks, I think that the celebration of the imperfectness is really an important part of our DNA. And I think this is something that I would love for everybody to celebrate going forward. And again, when we think about our people, and just one way to kind of attach this to the product that we sell is that, again, we don't have any recurring SKUs. Every SKU is unique. Every SKU is imperfect. Every SKU is, sort of a creature by itself. But also that we don't have any 2 employees that are alike. And that is really what makes LXR. SKUs are unique and people are unique. And to that point, I'm very proud to say that these are the belief in the company. And sort of going forward, this is really what I want everybody to kind of feel and so on and so forth. So lastly, really want to thank you for being with us today. Again, spending the time and continuing on this tradition of the jungle meetings, and hopefully we'll have more of these, at least as a minimum every quarter. What I did, I think it was towards the end of the year, I made a point to reach out to everybody at the retail level, which was really fun. And again, I'm going to do it again. Calling everybody that's out there at the store level and talking to you guys, getting to know you better. I'll be visiting you soon. I want to spend much more time at the store level and talk to you and getting to know you better. And so we've just launched recently a retail care line that is dedicated only to you. I think very important to mention. I'm sure you know this, but use it. We're here to listen to you. If you have any questions, any comments, any help, we're here. And in the same spirit, we changed the structure of the product team, where you now have a dedicated allocation analyst, which most of them are sitting behind me right here, Jocelyn and her team. They will be gathering much more data, so we're going to be much more data focused. We're going to look at the data to make sure that you have, again, the right product, that we fulfill your needs and your requests at the store level. And then pretty much that's it. If there's anything that I missed that you want to ask me, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out either to myself directly, call me, email me, or if you want to ask any questions now, don't put me on the spot. No pressure. But yeah. To that note, we're good. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Not yet. We have a second delay, so the question should take